Welcome back, Nerdiverse, for another episode of the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. I'm, of course, Master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. And back with me, as always, is Master of the Nerdiverse, the man himself, Wash. What's going on, Poppy?
What is up? It is Friday night in the Nerdiverse. I am here. I believe you are here, and I believe the Nerdiverse is here. So all things are good as we um, leave the dwellings of March and head into the realm of April and starting to hit what I would call the season or a season when things start to drop. Oh, Daredevil.
Yeah,
God.
gotta talk about that. That's
Ah,
part of my week,
there you
man.
go. I forgot.
Man, I don't know about you, but March, bro, I feel like Ripley at the end of Aliens, where it's like you have 10 seconds to reach minimal safe distance, and I'm literally running with just my life in my hands as a giant queen alien chasing me out of March into April, bro. Like this month has been crazy for me.
It has been I don't know if it's quick or slow. I have no idea. We got like 30 inches of snow and then it was 72. Like it's been that type of month. So things are looking up though, as I do believe. And when we talk about damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say, which is not really that surprising.
Right? Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, looking forward to some stuff.
Yeah, man. Let's get this show on the road for tonight's episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, simply called episode 157, The
That's what I was
Avarice
gonna
of
say.
Man. What was on your mind, bro?
That was on my mind. It is on the screen when you said a Ripley alien running. That's what I thought this was, but it's not.
I was kind of bummed out, but I'm also kind of hyped, but we'll talk about it. We'll
All
talk
right.
about it. For tonight's episode, we have a bunch of things to talk about, but the four major topics we have this evening, Wash, are we got confirmation like a week out from the movie releasing of Star Fox actually being a guest cameo in this film for Mario Galaxy. We got a interesting looking game I wanted to check out. Every once in a while, I'll throw these on here. Just a game I see called Alien Death Storm, which is makes me think of another storm, but we'll talk about it. The first look of Harry Potter, the TV series, which has all the worst people mad and all the best people mad. So we're going to talk about that as well. And the actual basis of this title, The Avarice of Man, we get our first look, live action look at Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Moana, starring
Sorry.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Oh my God.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's good soup right there.
That's funny.
So I must ask you at the beginning of all things, before we get started, which of these four topics are you most interested to talk about right now?
I'm actually I'm kind of interested in your thoughts on Harry Potter, to be frankly
Yeah.
honest with you. I did check out that trailer a tad bit late. I just got to it right before the show. So, yeah, I'm interested to talk about that because I know I have some thoughts, question mark, and I meant
Question
to
mark.
look that up. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's it. Harry
I
Potter.
concur. Harry Potter's gonna be a very interesting conversation. Because I definitely have some thoughts on it. Very, very good. So before we get into the episode, before we get into anything, I wanted to ask if you are within the sound of our voice, please like
Yes.
the content on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever you find Masters of the Nerdiverse. Comment, let us know your thoughts, and subscribe so that you're made aware of when content goes live on the channel. We are rolling tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But before we roll into these topics or anything else before that, I have to ask Wash a very simple question. How was your week?
Good week, man. Slow week, but I made some progress in, you know, I I I was going to talk about it last week, but I was going to get further into it. to wait to discuss it, and I'm now there. Like, we crushed it. So I am taking a second look at Star Wars: The Living Force, which
Okay.
is a book that came out last year. I did do some commentary on that on one of our episodes, and I was mostly unimpressed. As when you look at the
Mm,
cover, it is all of the Jedi Council, and it's about the Jedi Council. And then when I read the book, there wasn't much, there wasn't what I was looking for in there. So I don't know. A lot of things change in a year. I change as a man. Star Wars change. The world changes. I don't know. But as a person who likes to study things of this nature, I really, in Star Wars, I have taken to that initial conversation between Qui Gon and Kenobi when Kenobi says in Episode One, "But Master Yoda told me to be mindful of the future." Yes, Patton One, but not at the cost of the living force. What
mm.
does that mean? Right? I've spent many a thoughts, nights thinking about what the hell does the living force mean? And that just means, getting down there with the people,
Yeah.
interacting at the people
The
level.
here
You
and the
know what I
now.
mean? The
Yeah.
here
The
and the
here and the.
now. Like,
Yeah.
well, yes. So anyway, um, this book is everything that that title stands for, and it's amazing. And what
Hmm.
it is, it, in High Republic, we have High Republic Jedi who are larger than life. In our prequels, we have Jedi. We know them, the Council, the people I'm talking about. Then we have Luke and whatever happens afterwards, right? We never actually see the Jedi doing the work of the Jedi without all the laser swords, right?
Hmm.
And that's what this book is. Jedi helping a bunch of kids. Jedi mediating a dispute between labor and employee labor and employees. I may be mixing those up on a Friday.
It's all right.
Friday labor and
It's all right.
employees
All right. All
between
right.
the bosses and the employees. And as a Star Wars fan, that's something that I've I've kind of, it's not very interesting, but it's what the Jedi did before all of the laser sorting and all of the generaling and the Clone Wars. And so this book really, when I look on it with second eyes, I gave this thing a low 3. I'm
Mm.
going to be turning this into a 5. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where we
Okay.
at. We went from a low 3 to a 5. And it's like a 13, 14-hour book. The villain, fantastic. Probably one of the most evil villains since Marcion Rowe in the High Republic. So,
Hmm.
Star Wars, The Living Force, definitely check that out. Jordan, I don't want to hear about it. So definitely check that out.
Quick question.
Mhm.
What turned it around?
Understanding living force. I didn't get
Hmm.
it. I
Yeah.
didn't get it. You know what I mean? I was always, the force, you move things with your mind. Well, the force is more than moving stones. You know what I mean? The force is more than that. And what does that entail? And what gives these folks the clarity or the power to be able to talk about it? They don't have any attachments. So, yes, they follow the force. But if you're mediating an argument between neighbors, you need an outside presence that's not emotional.
A conscientious objector, right?
Correct,
And
and so what
nonpartisan.
what this book does is it's the Jedi realizing that they have lost touch with the common man, right? And
Yeah.
then going to a planet to, make heirs or get in touch with the common man, and shenanigans ensue, or otherwise it wouldn't be a Star Wars book. That said, there's a lot more normal Jediing than there is actual like laser sword and sword fighting, which is why I probably didn't dig it the first time around. Because when you look at the cover, it looks epic in nature, and you're like, and then it turns out to be this book in humanity
Yeah.
in helping thy neighbor, And if that's not what you're digging when they announce a Star Wars book, yeah, it might pass you. So, no, it's going to be a 5 for me.
Very good. Yeah, it reminds me of a Superman story. where he felt like he was losing touch with human beings. So it was called like Superman Fly. It was a real quick like little arc where he just said, "I'm not going to fly. I'm going to walk across America and just be, the kung fu. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna walk across America and see what happens." And he would get into these little like earthly skirmishes where it'd be like a domestic violence dispute or a crooked mayor trying to take advantage of a small town. So it's like a lot of like mundane Superman things of him not really Supermaning, but him Supermaning. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
very interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and that would be something I dig because it's not what we get to see, but it is really what drives them as characters in their goodness or the good side versus the bad side. Superman is
Huh.
he's freaking Superman, so it's like you can't solve an argument without like shooting
Without
laser
yeah,
bolts.
without bang bang punch punch. You should be able to do
Like,
that.
right,
Right?
we can't talk this out. So, speaking of which, that brings us to Lois Lane's point in that Superman movie, where she's like, "So you just decided to, you know, go
Kidnap.
ham on a country?"
Yeah, yeah, and she had an extremely valid point, and he really didn't have an answer other than I just did what I thought was right. But it's like it's got to be more than that. You know what I mean? You're
You
causing
didn't talk to
problems.
anybody,
You
bro.
didn't
You
talk.
didn't.
You didn't talk to any kind of the delegates, the UN, nobody. Yeah, I just did
Yeah.
it. I didn't know I had to do that. You kind
Yeah.
of have to do that, bro. You're interfering with international affairs, and makes you think, right? Like Superman needs to understand that before he just charges head first into what's right. You know what I mean? Because it could cause irreversible damage to to certain, just to the world. You know what I mean? It's
And
crazy.
I've never really thought about it till this point, but it's like I wonder when we get done with this podcast, I'll be thinking about, which characters are really cognizant of their good, right? And are
Ah,
really actually because off the top of my head, it's like is does Batman? And it's like, I mean, he doesn't kill
I don't think
people,
he
so
cares. Like, do they care? That's like point one. Like, I don't think Batman cares about
yeah.
like the justice system in Gotham City all that much, right? He's not going to fight a cop, but at the same
No.
time, he's going to sock off the Joker. Joker's not getting due process, right?
Yeah, he's not trying to hear no DA like tell this spin no web like,
He's
oh
not getting
well,
a warrant,
officer.
bro.
Yeah,
He's not getting a
right,
warrant, man.
right,
He's coming
yeah.
through. So
So
it's like, does your hero care about what they're doing? It's
it's
crazy.
interesting to think about. So,
Yeah,
um, good topic. I like that. We'll revisit that one day. Second
bookmark
thing I
that one.
did, um, I got into Cyberpunk 2077, and very quick
Fun.
thoughts as I got 2 hours in. I got
Mhm.
to the point where they took off the handcuffs and they're like, "Go do stuff." And here's what I'm going to tell you: the game broke twice, and I had to start over in my time
Believe it.
playing it.
I believe it. Mhm.
So, the Xbox. That's not good.
Xbox
I
on
thought, I mean, Cyberpunk's been out for how long? I mean, and it
decade,
was patched. Like, what are we
decades.
doing right now, bro? So,
Yeah. Mhm.
and secondly, I don't know if it's just my crappy television, but overall, I didn't think it looked necessarily that spectacular.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Uh, um, because that's kind of in my week as well. So
Okay.
I
Mike,
don't want to bury the
how
lead.
was your week?
Okay, thank you. The ultimate segue. God. All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm gonna make this real short and sweet. Um, so I've been playing a lot, maybe 7 to 9 hours of Crimson Desert, right? So here's the thing about Crimson Desert, just real quick. I don't want to drag this on. This game, the nicest thing I could say about it is that it's a jack of all trades. It wants you to do a bunch of different stuff. It's pretty much an MMORPG, but it's a single player MMORPG. So there's no people. I didn't know what this game was when I bought it. I thought, hey, maybe one day me and Watch can run around in this world and have. No, it's one person, right? So far, at least. But the game wants you to do everything and be everything, and it pulls you in so many directions. So the nice way to say it is that Crimson Desert is a jack of all trades, master of none. The not so nice way to say it is that this game suffers from severe ADHD
Ooh.
because it just wants to be everything. I'll say, okay, you're going to be Zelda Breath of the Wild over here. But no, 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 no. We want you to move around like you're in Red Dead Redemption. The kids love that, right? But no, we want to have the grandiose Witcher 3. How about Witcher 3 over here? But no, we want some Grand Theft Auto too, though, right? So let's go ahead and get the Grand Theft Auto on this side. But wait, wait, wait. We want you to build relationships. So let's Mass Effect 3 it up over here. And you're jumping from one foot to the next, and you don't know what's right or wrong when playing this damn game. So um you're it's extremely unforgiving, which I kind of like.
Oh, that's good.
That it is, if you spec your character wrong and you enter into an unwinnable situation, it's just an unwinnable situation. You're going to have to beep, 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 back your ass up and try again, right? And so like you get across the very first boss of the game feels like the last boss of a Dark Souls game.
Oh my God.
They whoop your ass. It
I don't.
requires your attention and focus to play this guy. And I'm like, I remember how good it felt for me to play Ghost of Yote, and I came
Yeah.
across that secret boss that
Yeah.
was
You
the
were
best fight of
stoked.
the game. I was super stoked, right? But that was an optional boss that didn't require progression. This is the very first boss of the game that you cannot proceed with the story. We'll talk about the story without defeating this boss. And this boss requires your focus. I'm over here online looking things up. I'm seeing people fight it. I'm trying to level my gear. And I'm like, I finally get the guy. Yay, K Sarah Sarah. And then I get to the second fight of the game that's just damn near impossible. One hit kills, just not going to happen, right?
What?
And I kind of hit a wall because I was very upset with the game because, like you mentioned, this is on Xbox. And I said, I'm going to get it on Xbox because me and Watch can maybe gallivant around and have medieval times fun. I'm scratching my head because it's frustrating. So there's all types of issues with this game. All, like it's like Jurassic Park, right? Has all the issues of a theme park as well as a zoo at the same
Oh
time.
damn.
So
Yeah.
because it's trying to do everything, it has all the issues that come with everything. So glitches in the system. The graphics look off. Like I told you the very first time I played, I was like, why does this look bad? Right? I spent about a week fine tuning my Xbox, my TV, and the game to make it look somewhat serviceable because I have OD. If it's
Like,
the
how
uncanny
does
valley just
everything else
breaks.
look? I mean, can you do anything else? Or is it just
My
that?
my guy is ghosting. The backgrounds are muddy. I'm like, I'm not crazy. This is not a bad TV, right?
Oh
This
no.
TV's okay. I mean, it's not an OLED, but it shouldn't look like this, right? I'm deep diving for hours at 1 o'clock in the morning on Reddit forums. Is anybody else having this issue? Yeah, it sucks, huh? That's not the answer I want, guys. So they come out with a patch, right?
Yes,
And
just saw that.
the big patch, right? The patch is the everyone's having a good time now, right? The patch is the end all be all, fixes everything from the enemy tuning to graphics to controls to everything, right? Why does the patch come out on PS5? It comes out on PS on PC, but it doesn't come out on Xbox at all, to be given at a later date.
Why?
I don't know. This was like Monday, right? So I'm like, I'm just not going to play the game. I'm playing at a
We
disadvantage.
talked
This looks
about that.
ugly. You mentioned it, and it made me think. I made me think of you. Why? I need to Bethesda affect this game, right? So I'm waiting for the patch. I'm waiting for the patch. It's Thursday. Everybody has the patch, having a good time. We're all at Disneyland, but me. I'm in the car waiting for my ticket to show up on my phone, right? I'm getting mixed signals on if the patch is even live for Xbox or not. I can't tell because when I look up the game on Xbox, it has the original day one. This is version 1.001, and it doesn't say the new patch version. So I'm like, I'm not seeing this. Well, are you looking at the in-game one? Are you looking at the load screen one? I'm like, Is there a difference? Yes. It's already been patched. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like it's already been patched because it still looks like crap. And it still runs like crap. And they're like, well,
Oh,
the patch is in. We're all having a good time. And I'm like, you know what? Game, you win. I am done. I'm turning it off. I am shelving it for a year until they figure it out. And you know what I did? I spent $20 and I got Marvel Maximum Collection that came out yesterday.
I didn't know that. Dope.
And I beat Captain America and the Avengers old school as a palate cleanser.
Dope.
Long story short, Wash, you were right. I got it day one and I paid the penalty.
And it's not your fault, bro. It's not your fault. Don't feel bad. You need to go talk to all those CEOs that's talking all that trash to us about all that nonsense. Well, your graphics, blah, blah, blah. You're expecting too much. You know what? At $90, don't worry about it. New systems. We got one on here today. Don't feel bad, man. You should be disappointed. You should feel betrayed and upset because this should not be happening. Here's my question. That game came out 4 days ago. How do
Four
they
days
have a
ago.
patch for all of that already? Were they
Doesn't make sense
sitting
to
on
me.
the patch?
They were just waiting to see
Like,
how people reacted.
well, then why didn't you just
It
patch
takes
it before you fucking release, before you fracking release the dang game? Like, what are you doing? How did you,
deadline
how do you patch a dang in 4 days?
4 days, which means they already knew these were issues and they already prepared to make an adjustment.
Only if they
You put
had
out
to, apparently.
only if they had to. If nobody said nothing, you wouldn't have got
Like,
nothing. But
bro,
because the entire industry was in arms, like this game runs like ass. Everyone was saying this game runs crazy. Why does it look like this? Why does it feel like this? Uh-oh. And guess what? It's one of the highest fastly grossing games. It's already hit 4 million copies sold. So already people are eating it up. And I wanted to have fun too. But apparently my G can't have fun with it because I decided I was this close to refunding it and just buying it on
I'm
PS5.
surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't.
I
I'm
don't even want to,
shocked.
when a kid makes a mistake, you're like, I don't even want to see you go to your room.
Yeah.
That's where I am with the game. I don't even want to see you. Go in your room and let me get over it. That's where
Well,
I am with it.
I am going to ask you a question because the Nerdiverse does come to us for our expertise in these things, and there
Yeah.
is a lot of rumors and speculation online. I'm not going to put you on a spot with a score, right?
Yeah.
At this stage, can you recommend someone buy this game for $69?
That's so tough. No. No, 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 no. Only because it's a $75 game, first of all.
Oh,
I'm maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm a stickler. But if I'm paying that much money for a game and when it's in it's so it's so flimsy across platforms, it's a stability issue. It's a development issue. And it's the same thing I would say to someone who bought Cyberpunk 2077, right? You buy these games on launch and they launch them broken on purpose to then take their time and fix later. That's not right to the consumer. So I'd say wait, like I'm going to wait a year, give it the Bethesda treatment until they get it all out, all of their DLCs, all of their updates, then play. Because it's a single player experience. You're not going to miss anything.
yeah,
So just
yeah.
wait. I'm not
And
going to,
and and
yeah.
even Starfield, it was like a year.
Yeah. Well, a year
The
until
the
it got really
Bethesda
good.
treatment, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
They
Bethesda treatment.
fixed all the graphics and all the craziness that was going on. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
That's a bit disappointing.
I bought the game out of pure hype. What is this game? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I've been needing something to play. Sure. I just picked it up on a whim.
I do have a question in regards to our conversation about the game. As far as the gameplay and that awesome graphic scene that we saw, and you asked me, hey, do you think the game is going to look and play like this? Forget about the technical difficulties. Is that next revolutionary, gameplay that they showed off, is that real or is that just smoke and mirrors?
It depends. Wash, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
How much money you got on you?
Not a lot.
So no, not for you. Okay, you don't get the next level, bells and whistles, Arch Deluxe. Do you have a 5090
No,
rig
no.
on a 8K OLED?
No,
OLED?
I just had to uninstall a llama. The 6 gigs was slowing down my computer all day at work. It froze up twice. So
So
nah,
no,
bro.
so it's one of those like you said, hey Brokey, get your bread up, get your money up and not your funny up, right? You get to play
Uh,
the game at 30 frames per second and make it look washed out. Unless you have a
ah.
PC. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. What else did I do this week? I tried to watch the Anaconda movie and I just couldn't get through it.
The new
But
one with
yeah,
Jack Black and that's kind of disappointing.
yeah.
I
That
didn't have
was
hopes for Jack Black, but I did have hope for Paul Rudd in that
yeah,
role.
that's why I watched it. I like Paul Rudd.
You know,
And I just couldn't get through it. It was just a tough watch.
Daredevil.
Daredevil was okay.
Okay,
Just okay. Season one,
one
episode
episode.
one. Just one. Yeah.
Because I saw a season 2 review up on IGN today, and I was like, "You only dropped an episode. Why are you doing a whole season 2 review
Maybe they
right
got,
now?"
some
Like,
people get like the first 3 episodes, like certain
oh, all right, I
news
guess I
outlets.
didn't click into it because I was planning on. I know I didn't finish season 1, but I was at least going to give this an episode or two, see, what they were
Yeah.
doing with it. What are your thoughts?
Uh, I don't know. It seems to be playing a little safe, just based upon the old Netflix stuff. Um, sorry, my mind is just kind of broken right now. Um, it's just, I don't know. Like it's hard to tell from one episode, one 45-minute episode. But it just didn't hook me. You know what I mean? I'm
Hmm.
just kind of like, all right, this is the same song and dance as Matt Murdock versus Kingpin. We get it, whoop de whoop. There wasn't anything like, oh crap, this is what this season's gonna be like. It just was like, all right, it's kind of playing the best hits. You know what I mean? Uh, so I don't, I kind of know what to expect, and that kind of bothers me because I wish it was a little bit, I wish it would take up a bit more risk in its approach. You
But
know?
they've been doing the same thing for like 6 seasons now, with the 4 seasons or the 3 seasons over there, and now the two over here. I don't know. That's disappointing to hear as well. I will ask you one last thing that I know was not disappointing. How many
Yeah.
games we got on that Marvel Capcom special? How many
Oh
games?
man, what's
Because they were
crazy
said
is
and more.
what's sad is there is not a and more. So there's about 7 games on it. I think it's X-Men, it's Maximum Carnage, it's Separation Anxiety, it's Captain America: The Avengers, it's Spider-Man X-Men Arcade, and it's Silver Surfer. Where they get you is that there's 16 games on here. Well, that's because they give you multiple versions of the same game for different consoles that play a little bit differently. So you want to play X-Men, you got the arcade version, you got the SNES version, you got the Mega 64, the Mega Drive version. So that's how they get you. So it's about 6 or 7 games. And you only want to play the version that you played as a kid. So last night I was playing Spider-Man X-Men because I remember that game as a kid, Arcade's Revenge, and I played it on SNES, right? Because that's what I played it on. The problem is that back in the day, I would use a little cheat code to become invincibility because that game is hard as crap. You're just not going to beat it, right? One hit kills, stupid stuff like that, right? But when they mapped the controls for this remake, they left out the select button, and you need a select button to do the code. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of hoping they patch that,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
you can't be
So
the only one asking for it. That's for certain.
yeah, that's another one where I just gotta wait. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna beat this in 3 lives. It's just not gonna happen. This game is way too damn difficult. It cheats. It's old school SNES
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love it, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna play Captain America: The Avengers, and I know this code, 99 lives. Let's just get through it. So last night I just played it and had a ball playing Captain America: The Avengers from back in the day. It's such a good game. It's like so many Avengers villains that you can fight against, like the Wizard and
Oh,
Grim Reaper, and you fight Juggernaut from the X-Men in this game. I forgot about that. You
that's
fight
awesome.
against a Sentinel, which is so cool that they kind of mix X-Men and in Captain America. There's cameos. I forgot that Wasp is in the game. Submariner, Wonder Man, which is kind of
Awesome.
topical. Wonder Man's in the game. So yeah, I'm having a ball with that. And probably sometime this weekend, I'm going to cohort you to play some X-Men so we can jump and
Ah,
do the online X-Men maybe. So and get through that and just do a real quick run. Because I think that's the only
X-Men.
game X-Men. I think that's the only game on it that allows online play. But I just got it last night. So
Well, yeah, I guess you know what I mean. I guess the other ones really weren't doing
yeah,
that. They got did I see the Game Boy Advance Spider-Man when they were
yeah, it's on
doing
there
that?
too.
Is that what
Yeah,
I saw? Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I saw that. All right,
And I
fair
played
enough.
2 minutes of Silver Surfer on NES, never touching it again. That game is impossible. No,
It-
we're not doing that.
That's
I don't have
rough.
the patience. I don't have the patience. So other than that, that's pretty much my week. Is I feel like Jacob wrestling the angel when it comes to Crimson Desert, dog. Like I'm gonna get my blessing, and the angel was just too strong, bro.
Well, I'm interested that you said that because I saw that Borderlands 4 DLC dropped today, and I was
Hmm,
wondering if Mike G, especially coming off your comments off Crimson Desert, is it time to maybe just put some Borderlands 4 back in and just go
maybe
back through that and,
I
have
gotta
some mindless fun?
I gotta get my money's worth out of Maximum Collection first. I gotta beat X Men.
Okay.
I gotta beat Maximum Carnage. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Borderlands is such on the bottom of my list, man. I played maybe 13% of that game. I was just
I
not
had
feeling it.
I hadn't even heard about the DLC, and then they dropped it, and I'm like, what? No. All right. This is popular? I haven't heard about it since it launched. All right.
How is this popular? Yeah, it's just Jesus. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just overgrown it. But speaking of things that are overgrown, you ready to talk about these topics, my man?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
First on the list, let's just talk about it real quick. The official announcement trailer for Alien Death Storm. This was announced during the Xbox kind of like their shareholders meeting or whatever, like their third party stuff. And I thought this game looked neat. Wash. After watching this trailer, does this look like something you wouldn't want to play?
Um, answer your second question, it's not really my thing, but I will say that when I was bypassing it, before I even saw it on the lineup, I was like, oh, Alien Deathstorm. I wonder if this has anything to do with like aliens, because that'd be freaking
Xenomorphs.
cool. Like
Yeah.
xenomorph aliens. I'm like, all right. So I watched the trailer, and in the very first shot, you see that alien that's going in the shadow, and I'm like, oh,
Ooh.
maybe. And then it just goes into your typical like sci-fi, like worm creature, and I was just kind of turned off at that stage because I like Dead
Yeah.
Space, don't get me wrong, but at the same time Dead Space to me is very much a similar game. Like Dead Space 1, Dead Space 2, Dead Space, they all place with a bunch of aliens that you're shooting and black stuff around you. It really
Yeah.
has to do with that aesthetic, and yeah, so it looked kind of, I was like, it's probably not my speed.
You know
I
what
haven't
drove
played
me?
a shooter in a minute.
That's what I'm saying. And I was just gonna say, you know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you played this game. Did you ever touch a game back during the Xbox 360 days called Bullet Storm? Remember Bullet Storm,
Yeah,
where you
I
got the
do.
retractable kind of like laser and you got points for doing sick ass kills and it was really raunchy. This game kind of reminded me of that in aesthetic. It was a lot of debris flying around. It's a pretty looking game so far, but with Crimson Desert, I don't know what's real anymore. So this is a definite we'll see. I do get it when you said there's a lot of Dead Space vibes, just a lot of dark corners and monsters. The OF, the monster just
Yeah.
jumps out at you. So
And there wasn't any real story in this trailer whatsoever.
nah,
We don't know. We're playing the survivor, the hero. We don't know if it's a colony. It looks very it looks very Xbox 360. I
yeah,
think that
that's what
that's
I'm
I think
saying.
yeah, I think that's a valid statement for it. So I'm not putting it down or anything. It just, I need to see more to get
Yeah,
excited for it.
it was very proof of concept trailer. Like, okay, this is what we got, guys. You know what I mean? Like, this is the proof of concept, proof of gameplay.
did we even see any like bullets? Anything
I think
getting
they
shot,
fired.
or
I
was it
think
did?
they fired something off for a split second.
Okay,
Yeah, I
because
just
it was
remember
only
a
like
lot
a
of
buck
like
20 trailer. It was a quick
yeah, it
trailer.
was a quick trailer, so they didn't show a lot. But color me interested. I'm a horror guy. It reminds me of Bulletstorm. I hope it's fun because Bulletstorm was fun as hell. I'm so mad they never made a sequel to that game. The game was so much fun, but it just
No,
it was one of those. Oh,
yeah.
fun stuff. So I'm looking forward to
Uh,
it. We'll see.
were you a Crackdown fan as well?
Nah, I didn't like
No.
the physics in it. Too
Yeah.
floaty. It was a very floaty game. And my brain was like kind of in that third person shooter Gears of War kind of setting back then. And it was just too different. Like I didn't like it.
That's why I didn't. I got off the Halo train. It's just, it was too floaty as compared
Floaty.
to like Mass Effect and Gears of War,
It's just
which
heavy
were
games.
just, yeah,
Yeah.
you felt it more. It's like you get in the Warthog, and yeah, the Mass Effect ship or driving was bad, but the rest of the game made up for it. That Warthog was a big part of your experience in
Yeah.
Halo, and it drove terribly.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
the
like
entire
this,
time.
yeah, it's like this is
Halo
not
1
fun.
through 3, the Warthog was never fun, but I
Like
don't care what anybody says. Okay, you warthog gods out there sure will
Y-
tell me this is how you drift a warthog, but I never got that deep, guys.
Dude, there are those dudes out there too that are warthog like, yeah, nah, bro, best vehicle
What are you
ever, and
talking
it's like
about?
vehicle's trash.
You got it, bro. That's when you throw your hands up. You got it, bro. I'm not gonna argue
we,
with you, man.
we did a Halo look. We did a Halo lore,
Lore.
and we did not bring up a warthog one
No,
single
because it's
time.
it's 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 like PTSD. I don't want to think about that. It's the worst part of the game.
Yeah,
And they
it
make
is.
you maneuver around in that thing, dog. God Dios mio, bro. Speaking of things that I think shouldn't be brought up, at least now, is that we got confirmation maybe 2 weeks out from this movie being released, which is Super Mario Galaxy, $1 billion. That we're gonna get our boy, the ace pilot, honorary member of the Rogue Squadron himself, Fox McCloud from Star Fox, will be in this film. Apparently, he's going to be voiced by Colin, not Colin Powell. That
Colin,
would be Colin
Colin
Powell.
Farrell.
Nah, it's the guy from
Uh,
Running Man. I forget the guy. Something
oh,
Powell.
yeah, yeah. Greg,
You know,
yeah.
you know, I'm
Sorry,
talking
our
about
brains
Mr.
are.
Powell.
Yes, yes. The
Uh,
Running Man.
Yeah, my brain
We
is
just
such
talked about him.
mush right
We're
now.
both. We're just mush.
Yeah, we're just mush. I'm barely holding it together, guys.
Glenn
Uh,
Powell.
Glenn
Glenn.
Powell. Thank you
Glenn
so
Powell.
much, Glenn
Yeah,
Powell.
there you go.
Oh God, um, I'm just chewing back. My brain is like flowing backwards. I'm trying to chew it back up into my skull. God, let's get through this. Oh my gosh. Um, I feel a certain way about this because this is kind of burying the lead to me. I could have not known this until I watched the movie. Like, this is just some new IP, right? Where they need the push for people to go see this. This is going to make $1 billion no matter what. We don't need you to say, "Come on, guys, Star Fox is back." You're gonna go see it, right? No, everyone's gonna go see this. I'm gonna go see it first, not first day, but first weekend. I'm gonna go see this. I think that this was a spoiler that we didn't need. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember watching Wreck It Ralph, and Zangief showed up from Street Fighter, and I'm like,
Mm.
"Yay!" That was neat. That's a neat little cameo. I don't. My question for you, Wash, is they're making a big deal out of this. Do you think this is simply a cameo, or are we going to get a lot of Fox in this movie?
Look, I think that if you go back to Super Mario Brothers, at the end, I'd still make a case, even though it wasn't, that that figure was Star Fox at the end when they were at the like the hangout spot for everybody, and you got the fox, the shot of him in the back, and I'm like, dude, that looked like Fox
They look like
McCloud for
Fox.
sure.
Yeah,
And so this does not surprise me. I don't. And here's what I'd say about your spoiler: I don't know if anybody who watched the Super Mario Brothers is going to be spoiled when they see billion-dollar characters just popping up everywhere. It's
yeah.
like we all knew. Like as soon as we saw Super Mario Brothers, we went, Are we gonna get everybody else? Like, I want a Little Mac movie because they had Little Mac in the beginning on the freaking thing from Punch Out. So I think that it's not a big spoiler. Do I think we're going to get a lot of him in this movie? I actually do think we're going to get, or I think we
Mhm.
will get as much of him as we did of Donkey Kong in Super Mario Brothers. He'll have his own, spot. It's not like he's just flying in. And yes, Fox McCloud can be an honorary rebel,
Yes, he
a
is.
Rogue Squadron member.
What's
No.
going on, Mike Prime? Thank you for coming through. It's good to see you, good sir. Word around the campfire is that this is the prelude to a Smash Brothers movie, kind of like an
Ooh.
Avengers, but for Nintendo characters. Is that $1 trillion? Do we dare say $1 trillion? The
When you
gang's all here.
when you said $1 billion for Super Mario Brothers, the Super Mario World, I'm like, $2 billion, you mean? Like, I think that's going to be a $2 billion
Ooh,
movie.
yeah.
That
I mean, you do Smash
everyone's going to
Brothers,
go
right?
see it, plus everybody else.
You got Link, you got Metroid, and that's just the Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
What happens when you bring Kingdom Hearts into this and Ryu and Ken? And I mean, Smash Brothers Ultimate had Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII in that damn game. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
When news broke, there was trending Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and it's like, yeah, they would be dumb not to. The question is, and here's the big question that me and you have discussed, but you know, after watching Super Mario Brothers, I have faith in that, the people at Nintendo are like, no, you're going to do it this way,
Yeah.
period. Like, that's it. And, can they do it twice? Can they do it twice? If they can do it
Uh
twice, they can do it 7 times, in my
yeah,
opinion.
that's I would say that, but then Marvel exists. And it's been proven that you can screw the pooch hard enough to where you break the cycle. And I think
Marvel, I love Marvel. They're not Nintendo. We've
true,
had that, you know what I mean? And that's the discussion that we hold
true.
upon. So if Nintendo can do it a second time, and it's like, oh, damn, you guys know your secret sauce, and unless for some reason Nintendo's going to let things go in other people's hands, which they've never done before, I don't see them starting to do just for $1 billion here and there. But
You're
I
right,
think,
because
oh,
Marvel and Disney allow for creative freedom. Hey, you want to tell your version of Spider-Man? Sure. Nintendo don't play that. They're not. There's no creative freedom. You're going to do this by the book, or you're just not going to do it. So with that type of control, like you said, if the goose can lay a golden egg twice, why not a third time? Why not a fourth time? Because they're not going to let anybody, besparge their franchises.
this photo is the one that was out released from Nintendo, right, for
Yeah,
this
this is the
movie.
official
Look
image.
at Star Fox. Look at him. What does he look like?
He looks like
Freaking
damn.
Star Fox.
He looks
You know
like
what I
damn
mean?
Star Fox. Yeah,
He looks like there's not a bit of creative juice on him of somebody's creative vision being like, well, Star Fox was 16.
this
Oh
isn't some
man.
like 15-year-old kid that happens to wear the vest who's calling himself. No, it's just a anthropomorphic fox with
Right.
metal feet, and it's just Star Fox.
It's just Star Fox.
Thank
And he
you.
looks awesome.
And he looks
Looks
awesome.
awesome. Looks awesome.
So so very good, very good.
Who's next to him? Do we know the little
I
monkey? Is
hear
that the
that
little?
is Diddy. I hear that's Diddy Kong.
Oh, that's small Diddy. That's a
I hear that's
small
Diddy.
Diddy Kong. Okay, all
So
right.
I guess they got creative freedom after all, because that does not look like the Diddy Kong I know. But c'est la vie. We'll see.
Dude, I think these posters are great. Like they're wall art for
Oh,
sure.
I would want
For
this on my
sure.
wall. I would want to
Yeah,
draw this. I love Star Fox, but
yeah.
I that's a whole nother conversation. Speaking of things you should or shouldn't love, we don't have a lot of time. Capcom apologizes for the Street Fighter 6 Alex and Patricia incest controversy. Announces they're going to patch that. Do you know anything about this?
I do now. I had heard about it and I was like, what? And I read about it earlier in the week and I'm like, I bet you this is going to be on the line. And
I
then
could
I
not.
look
I
at the
could not,
lineup and
bro.
I'm like, or the rundown, and I'm like, oh, here we are. So,
So,
yeah.
long story
Granted,
short.
I don't know much about the end scene. I've never seen, you know what I mean? I don't know much about this relationship in game, just what I read.
Okay, I'll
So,
break it down real quick because I don't want to draw it. So this, so Alex is from Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, right? He's every Street Fighter has a brand new main character. In two it was Ryu. In three it was Alex. In four it was what's his face. Nobody cares because he's gone. In five it was the new guy. I just don't remember the new people. It's crazy. So Alex has a little sister that he's fighting for. I'm fighting for her. You know what I mean? And the thing about Street Fighter 6 is it's a big time jump. Because Street Fighter started going backwards with 4 and 5 because they didn't want to face the future of a 6, kind of like what Star Wars is doing. So Street Fighter 6 is the first time they went into the future since 3. So and Street Fighter characters age in real time, right? So Ryu is like 60 years old, 70 years old at this point. So we fast forward, Alex's little sister, we find he marries because they're technically step sisters, is what they said. And he pretty much raised this woman from a child. There's a picture in the damn ending where he's holding her as a baby. He's playing with her at 4 years old, and then they're getting married.
yeah.
And then this image. And as naturally the West of the Western world went, what? That's not right. But meanwhile, in glorious Nippon, they're like, we don't see what the big deal is. We marry our cousins all the time, right? This is so bad. So they are kind of like, I'm sorry you guys feel this way. We'll fix it, I guess. But if this bothers you guys, this is no big deal over here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have greenlit it all the way through. Wash.
Yeah.
Are we is this just the perfect example of cultural dissidence? Like every once in a while we have to be reminded of cultural difference, right? Every once in a while, because we kind of lose it, right? We're in our own little bubble. Do you think this was a wake up call to Japan? Like maybe we should get outside of our own ass before doing things like this.
One would hope, but when I read the story, I just went, "Oh, Japan."
Oh,
This,
Japan.
it's oh Japan. Oh Capcom, right? And so I'm very, I I'm shocked that this story even like made it to the West, like this version of a game even like made it to the West. And someone's like, yeah, we'll just let this roll here because it's not going to roll here. It may in Japan. I'm not from Japan. I don't know. I have no idea. So actually, yes, it will roll in Japan because they're doing it in Japan. And like you
Yeah,
said, they're very much like we may patch it, we may not, and we may patch it to your satisfaction, or we may not. And I guess Luke and Leia.
Luke and Leia. Luke
Uh,
kisses Leia,
we got
but
Game
Luke,
of Thrones. There's a bunch of
yeah,
weird stuff out
in
there,
the
right?
West where they may have thought, okay, they must be cool with it, right?
So I don't know. I don't know. I thought it for me as a Street Fighter fan, reading the story, I went, oh well, that's not something
Like,
I needed
I'm
in my
not,
game.
you know what? It's like I'm not
But
offended, right? I think it's hilarious. I love when little stupid things like this happens because it brings visibility to the game. Um, but at the same time, a little slap on the hand. Bad Japan, bad Japan. Stop it. Maybe you guys should reassess your situation. But no. What's funny is that people were like, maybe this was a misinterpretation. Maybe this was a translation issue. But then they showed the image where it's like him holding her as a baby, him playing with her at 5, him getting married, and them having a child. It's like, no, there's no backing down from this. This is the timeline.
this is the
Like,
canon.
Yeah,
And we're standing by
and we're
it.
standing. And guess what?
Yeah,
We're doubling down.
yeah.
But then they said, "Oh, the Americans really don't like." No, the Earth doesn't like this. Japan, it's weird. You
I
know what I'm
don't.
saying?
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
want
shocked.
anybody who says, "Yeah, I remember holding my wife and I remember bottle feeding my wife." That's a rough sentence, bro.
I
In
couldn't
any
have even put
culture,
that sentence together in
I
my
remember
head.
bottle feeding my wife. It's a
Like
crazy
what?
sentence, dog.
Okay.
That's what this provides. I'm not making this up, dog. But hopefully they learn. We live and we learn. You know what I'm saying? This is unnecessary information. Like you said, I don't need this in my fight game. But I just think it's funny. The cultural differences. It
Something.
reminds me of that one streamer, Japanese streamer, cute as a button, and she just was dropping M bombs out of nowhere. What's up, my nigga? Just doing crazy stuff like that. Cute voice, and like, what are you doing? Chill out. What are you doing? You're gonna get cancer. What's your problem? Right? And she's like, oh no, it's good. And she was like, he's like, you guys say it all the time. I figured it was fine. I figured it was okay. It's something you Americans say. It's cool, right? It's in all
Yeah,
the cool songs, and it's
yeah.
like cultural, cultural, like ignorance, and not ignorance in a bad way, but like cultural, like distance. It's so interesting to me because it's like there's it wasn't her fault. She don't know. She's not in America. She just sees what she sees from us. Okay, they say it all the time. It must be cool, right? It must be saying like, "Hey, buddy," and it's like you don't know the cultural significance of that word, and vice versa. We have this situation. We don't know the cultural significance in Japan of this, but they didn't know how it would affect us. So it's kind of like a brick wall of cultural misunderstanding. And I think stuff like that, when it happens, it's fascinating.
I will. We shall see what sales happen. I mean, I don't
I
know.
don't think it's
We'll
going to
see if
affect.
they do.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
the
know.
ship has sailed, man. Street Fighter's been out for like what,
All right.
6 years? I don't think people are going to boycott the game. Most of the heads think it's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Most of like the Street Fighter heads are having a good time with it and cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? And calling you know but at the end of the day it's just cultural misunderstanding, let's put it like that. And I don't think there's any ill will towards Capcom, or they just I didn't what did Dave Chappelle say? I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
There's whole
it
sites
matters.
this whole site's dedicated to
Dude,
stepsister, stepbrother,
this whole lives dedicated to I didn't know I couldn't do that. You kidding me?
stepbrother. Hey, Alex, can you help me pull my arm out of this stuck socket? I can't move. Get out the way, loser. Yeah. Bro, we're moving on.
Thank you.
Speaking of things that are just absolutely crazy or disgusting, Wash. Um, I
That
don't
was
feel good.
unnecessary.
My
That
shoulder
wasn't
hurts.
necessary. That wasn't
You just
necessary.
caught that?
The
You just
Rock
caught that?
didn't do nothing to you, man.
I It makes me think of that Mr. Burns. Remember the episode where they were doing the films, the film festival in The Simpsons, and Mr. Burns spent $8 billion to make his version of Ben Hur, and Mr. Burns shows up
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
truly are the king of
yeah,
kings, right?
yeah.
This reminds me of that so badly, to where this man's avarice knows this man's like just raw like ego is like, hey, Rock, nobody kind of wants the Milana life. The Rock wants it. Okay, The Rock. But it's gonna cost this. I'll put up the money, or you'll just do it because that's what The Rock wants, and The Rock gets what The Rock wants, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And it just seems so. Look at his face, dog. Like, like
Look,
this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, this
I
guy is in his 60s at this point, trying to play an
is
immortal.
he in his 60s?
Gotta be 50s, 60s at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, he suppose it's like it's been a while since Dwayne the Rock Johnson. That's funny. Um,
Dwayne The
how
Rock Johnson
53,
presents.
53, 53,
It's like
53.
sometimes you just got to understand you need to move on, and this is not the best look. Because look at his hair, bro. They're not even trying. Like, it just put a wig on him, dog. It just popped a wig on his head. He doesn't have nipples, bro. Like, I don't know what's happening. This whole thing is just my uncanny valley is going crazy right now. I want to throw up. It's jacking me up, bro. My uncanny valley is going. I feel like Spider-Man, like with his like Spidey sense going crazy. Like, I can't handle what I'm looking at. It's too. Watch. Help me, man.
Look, I cannot help you. I did not watch Moana. I am not
I
asking
did.
for a All right, well then you can give your thoughts, but I am not asking for a Moana live action Dwayne the Rock Johnson revamp. I heard that the Disney one was very good. One of the better Disney movies that are floating around out there. I mean, they could have done many things with it, I imagine,
Many
but they
things.
chose to do this. I
This.
will say, with the trailer, when he turned into a whale, that was kind of cool, right? I mean, overall, the movie doesn't look terrible. It looks
It's
like
not
it could
going
be.
to,
It
bro.
could be a fun movie. You know, he's like Aladdin and the genie, only some sort of Hawaiian god, which that that fits the avarice of man,
That is the avarice of man, bro. Like,
the final boss.
the final boss. I can't, and I told you about the Rock clause, where he has a clause in his contract where he can't lose or be beaten up or anything like that because he's the Rock. And it's the perfect role for him because I don't think that this character loses in this series. And it reminds me of his hostile takeover of DC Comics back when, Black Adam was going to be, when the hierarchy of power was about to change. It makes me feel like he still walked into Disney. Like, okay, this little shtick didn't work on Warner Brothers, and it kicked me out. And James Gunn wasn't having none of that. Maybe try it with Disney. Maybe I could get them to make me the biggest, baddest, strongest of all time, and they won't question me because I am Mulana. It's like, no, it's about a little girl who learns. No, it's about the Ray Rock Johnson. You know what I'm saying? It's just I can't support this level of avarice. I can't support this
Well,
level of egotism. You know what I'm saying? It's
I,
crazy to me.
I have zero desire to see it, so
Mo-
that
you
is
know what?
that is where we're at
Yeah, this
with
moving
it.
on, dog.
I'm kind of surprised that it looks like he's taken a step backwards in his career. So he just did the Oscar-winning film, and now we're doing Moana. Like, it just seems to me like I thought we were done
It,
with all of
it makes
this
me
taking
feel
serious roles, but
like
whatever.
he doesn't know what to do with
He may
himself.
not, man. He's a wrestler at heart. Like,
He felt
they go
his
through
his
many
career.
many careers.
I know, but it feels like he has no focus. Like you said, he just did the Smash Machine.
Yeah.
Apparently he was pissed because that wasn't nominated at all for
Oh,
anything. He thought that was going to be his. The Rock. The Rock wants an Oscar, so The Rock is going to get an Oscar.
I have heard very little good things about that. That
What?
it was mostly just a snore fest for the most part. So,
Yeah, that
I
was in
haven't
his
seen it.
head. So I just hope, and I have nothing against Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh
I don't know
man,
this
The
man.
Rock,
I will never meet this man.
baby.
I love wrestling. You know what I'm
Maybe.
saying?
I mean,
Maybe
he
life
may
is
be
weird.
outside. It's The Rock.
Yeah,
You know what
he's
I mean?
pissed.
He may
He is
show up.
little. Mike, I heard you talking shit. You know this is live, right? And next thing you know, I'm out of effect, dog. I got a
So,
shiner. But we'll see. I'm not seeing this because I watched Milana. I enjoyed Milana. I'm not no Rock. You're at the age where you should start thinking of and picking and choosing your battles a little bit better.
yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, moving
All
on.
right.
This pisses me off. Anyway, things that shouldn't piss you off, but it's apparently pissing everybody off. The Harry Potter and the Sorcerer and the Philosopher's Stone official teaser trailer. So we got the very first live action look at the reboot of Harry Potter. Right off the bat, Wash, is it time for a reboot for Harry Potter?
And here's my question with the whole thing. I'm fine with it. I saw the trailer. I can't believe how much this kid looks like friggin'
I mean, I'm not
whatever his
arguing
name,
that.
how much it looks like Harry Potter. Like I'm
Yeah,
like, hey, he looks like freaking Harry Potter. I guess
sure.
my whole thing is, and that was what I looked up at the start of the show. Sorcerer's Stone is 2001. I am shocked that we are getting like a one for one, shot for shot remake of the story. But I guess it's not a movie, but it's on HBO.
It's a
So
series,
yeah,
you know.
so I guess that's going to and
What I'll say real quick is that play with it. I hope they have fun with it. Based upon this trailer, like you said, I'm not going to kick it out of bed for crackers. It looks fine. Everyone's up in arms about a black Snape. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? As long as the guy, what's going to happen? It's the same thing whenever they hire anybody that's not white, right? It's like they're going to be up in arms. The guy's going to kill it, and he's going to be everybody's favorite character. Happens every single time. You know what I'm saying? Or, but the bigots are going to bigot and they're just not going to like him no matter what happens. But I promise you, there's going to be a 1/6 scale Snape with that guy in about 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He's probably going
I
to kill
thought
it.
he looked dope.
Yeah, he looked dope to me,
Yeah, he
but
looked dope.
we'll see. I'm not really, like you said, maybe not a day one, but I want to have an opinion on it. So I'm going to watch
And
it.
and yeah, actually, it comes out Christmas. So I was like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna put this on, that's the time I would
Perfect
sit
time.
down and watch this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I will have some free time. I'll be in that type of whimsical type of
Mode,
mood.
bro.
So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, if you're gonna do it, at least you're not doing it mid-July. So
Yeah.
I'm
No.
good with it.
Christmas time, hot
Yeah,
cocoa, Christmas
yeah,
break.
yeah.
Chill and watch some Harry Potter. You're going to love it.
Hmm.
Lastly, amidst thought I wasn't gonna put it on there. Amidst the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6, Sony announces a price rise across all of their platforms, taking into effect April 2nd, which is like next week, 2026. Necessary step to ensure we can continue delivering on our gaming experiences. Is this brilliant?
Look,
Is this brilliant?
I am
I
going
think it is.
I am going to try and keep my comments relatively mellow, but
Mhm.
from a market share point of view, I don't. I've also forgot to look up when the Valve does the Steam box come out this year or is that next year?
I think it's next year.
Next year? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say next year, December conservatively, right? In the
Mhm.
case it gets pushed back or something like that. Xbox just announced they're out of the console game. Nintendo's obviously focused on,
Well, no, no.
handhelds and
Project
Switches.
Helix, Doug.
Well,
From
they
remember,
don't get that out of here. Get that out
remember
of here. I don't.
the
We haven't
Rolls
heard
Royce of
anything about
consoles,
it.
bro.
Like they
The
just did a
Rolls Royce, bro.
Microsoft press conference like the
Nothing
other
about
day.
it. Nothing
Zero
about it.
about it, right?
Yeah.
So whatever.
But
So for Sony to be like, well, hey, you know what? We're the only ones left if you want to be a console player, right?
yeah.
I mean, we can just raise the price of this thing.
Who's
We
gonna
can say
stop
it
us?
for whatever. No one. No one. No
People are
one.
still gonna buy the shit.
Especially if everyone's having experiences like you on Crimson freaking Desert on
Hi.
Xbox.
It runs like
Yeah,
shit.
bro.
I never have this issue with my PlayStation games. Hi. Uh fuck. So pardon my French. This is brilliant because what this is gonna do is make people freak out and buy these consoles right now. Fuck. Oh, I got to the second, bro. They're gonna raise me $300 across the board, raising me $100. I gotta buy it now. If I ever wanted to buy a PS5 Pro, I want to buy it now. GameStop is like, hey, you want to turn in your PS regular and get a Pro for an additional 350? Do it now before they flip it. So it's it's giving a surge in sales because everybody wants to buy it cheaper now. But when that door flips, Grand Theft Auto 6 is right there. And
Yeah.
you're not, what are you going to do? Not play Grand Theft Auto 6 on a brand spanking new PS5 Pro with new PSSR processing? No, you're gonna give them whatever money they want and spend $1,000 on this system. It's brilliant. It creates automatic supply and demand. That's crazy.
When I saw it, I did not get upset. You know how I talk about these
I mean,
video
I
game
got
companies,
mine.
but in general, it's like, you know what? As far as a company move goes, this is one of the best. Look, it's better than saying, "Hey, look, the PlayStation 6 is coming out and
Yeah,
it's
that
going
would
to
have been
be
worse.
$1,200."
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
$1,400. Yeah.
Like No one was trying to hear any of that. At least you're telling people there's a collection of stuff already out there that you're going to be able to use on this awesome freaking machine, and no one else has anything like it on the market currently, and no one seems to be wanting to build one until Steambox comes out. So yeah, brilliant. I mean, if I had to ching, I'd probably go drop and buy one just simply to play a game like Crimson Desert for a better experience than what Xbox is providing me. I have to tell you, man, I
I'm so
crashed twice
salty.
on Cyber
Yeah,
2077.
that's not
Game's
fun,
been out
right?
18 months. It's like, what are you doing with
What do
my
you
time?
what do you do? I feel like what's his face from Dawn of the Dead? What are you doing with my effing time? You
What are we
know,
doing?
uh and
Why is
is
this
it
on here?
is it just me? Are the tea leaves saying that all the major competitors are deathly afraid of the Steam box?
Oh yeah, every
Everybody's shifting.
everybody's terrified.
Everybody's
Everyone's terrified
shifting.
of this
It's
thing.
so
I,
weird that ever
I
since that announcement, everybody's been freaking out.
I told you they can just own market share. They can literally just say, "Hey, look, if you deal with these folks, you cannot deal with Steam."
Wash, do you consider yourself a PC gamer?
Now I do.
Do you have a Steam account?
Yes.
I'm not a PC gamer. I have a Steam account with like 20, 30 games on there. How did that happen? I don't know. I was never a Steam. I've never been a PC gamer,
Because
but
they
I got
own
30
that
games I could just
part
play.
of the market share that it's you don't even use it and they have your money. You know what I mean? It's like
Bro,
Bethesda having I have seven issues of Skyrim. Oh damn.
remember, did you ever participate in Humble Bundle? Remember
No.
Humble Bundle, where it was like this thing they would do every week where they'd say, "Hey, Humble Bundle time, buy 12 games that are kind of like these indie games, $20, Steam sale, Humble Bundle. Buy these 3 games and an audiobook for $30."
Yes. Yeah.
I would do it just because it was a good sale. One time they had Street Fighter 4 in there in the Humble Bundle. I was like,
Yes.
I have a PC. I may want to do this one time. I'll participate in Humble Bundle because it's like you can't beat that price. And now I'm looking at that thing like maybe it is time for me just to get a PS and my consoles will be PS whatever and Steam whatever, and that'll be it. I don't need Nintendo games.
I don't know how much more you'll need except for Nintendo because Nintendo's
Yeah,
Nintendo and
Nintendo's
Nintendo's
gonna
going to tell
Nintendo.
everybody, "Hey, fine, do what you want.
Do
You
what
want
you
to play
want. If you
Mario?
want to play
You
Mario,
have
you
to
over
come
here.
here."
You want to play Pokemon, you're over
That's
here.
it.
That's non-negotiable,
Like,
right?
I don't care.
Gun to your head.
We,
Like
we have an entire country who buys our games without you guys.
without you guys, we can
So,
care less.
you
Billion
know, yeah,
dollars. You guys think you
yeah,
guys are making money over there? You have
yeah.
no idea. Holla at your boy when you're
Fascinating.
ready. Fascinating stuff. So I brought this on the docket because I was like, man, everybody's scared shitless, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everyone's super scared of what's about to happen.
And Valve has not said what they're going to do, what their plans
No,
are,
they don't
how it's
need
going to
to.
roll out. No, they don't. And the less people know, the more scared they are, the more
Yeah,
moves they make. And Valve can just be like, "Oh, well, we'll just adjust this now.
yeah.
It's cool, whatever."
They're they're literally a police car in the middle of traffic. We're all just trying to get out the way.
I mean, I think there's a gaming convention this summer. Are we still doing that this
Yeah.
summer? Or yeah,
Again,
we might see it
Jeff
there.
Keighley is going to have his Games Fest. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Tokyo Game Show. Of
Yeah.
course, the Game Awards in December. We're going to see more of that thing,
Yeah.
but they just feel like a shark in the water, bro. Like the second they landed, everybody cleared out. Like, man, we need to hunker down because God knows what they're going to charge for that damn thing. If you want to play the PlayStation experience, guess what? We're not going to put our AAA games on PC anymore. Screw you guys. That was from last week. We're not putting, they're just so scared. Like Xbox is floundering. They don't know what the hell. I think their new
Ridiculous.
CEO, I think their new CEO is just an AI construct. I don't think it's a real person.
I
But that's
have
just me.
still haven't seen her
I
since
ain't seen
that week.
Sister since.
Another week.
I ain't seen Sister since, bro.
And they had a conference. Didn't see
Where
her.
was she? You would think she'd
Didn't
show
see
up,
her.
right?
I,
Hey
I
guys,
mean,
I need to build good currency with the community. I'm going to be on our showcase. Where am I? It would make sense, right?
I
No.
know if I was a new CEO at a company, I'd go to the company function. You know what
She didn't even,
I
bro.
mean?
She didn't even show up to the barbecue, dog.
Like, is,
What?
is CEO in here? Oh,
Nah,
yeah, she
man.
might not be here long.
This shit.
Oh.
Oh, I don't think there's going to be an Xbox in 2027. So
Like,
she's like, why bother, right?
so, you
Fucking
know,
a.
yeah.
Uh, it's like, hey, are we getting laid off? I don't know, but I know the CEO ain't here, and this is the company Christmas party.
Don't go spending your bonus. Put that
Hey,
in the
I would.
check and put
Hey,
that in the bank, bro.
hey, use your PTO right now, bro. I'm just telling you, use it up,
Yes.
use it up, use it up, use it up, use it up.
Oh, that's funny.
Scary, scary business, dog. We're at the end of Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 157, the Avarice of Man. Wash. At the end of all things, out of these four topics, which one did you enjoy talking about the most?
Oh, for the love of God, there were all three were really good. Um, I'm gonna go with Star Fox just because Star Fox looked cool, but I have to tell you, your comments on Dwayne the Rock Johnson, that's 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 a statement and a half, man. Like,
Am I wrong? Am I out of pocket, Doug? Am I being
no,
salty? You
I
tell
don't think
me.
so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because when I see him pop up in WWE at this stage, I'm like, don't you
It's just
have
so
anything else
it's just so
to do?
masturbatory, bro. It's the most masturbatory thing in the world. Like, we get it. You're the man. You're him. We get it. Do you have to keep reiterating? Can you lose in WrestleMania? The Undertaker, one of the best wrestlers of all time, had the humbleness to lose to Brock Lesnar and break his streak. The Rock would have never let that happen.
Nah, the final boss, bro.
He's the final boss, bro. When the final boss is you.
You know,
When the
so
final boss is you, dog. Pisses me off. Any final thoughts
random
before
select
Random
Dwayne the Rock
Select, the Wayne
Johnson
Johnson
episode.
movies?
Yeah, bro,
He
that's
can't
terrible.
lose because he's in every movie. He can't lose because he's in every. Dwayne the Rock Johnson banger is going to be number one, dog.
Damn.
F Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Anyway, I never met the man. I have no reason not to like him. It's just the sheer gall pisses me off, bro. The sheer gall of it. Like,
That's funny.
it's funny. Behold the God who bleeds. That one's for Mike Prime. Any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out,
No,
man?
no, sir. Hope everybody has a nice weekend. Plenty of stuff on TV. There's some games out there, so get into it.
Baseball's back, right?
Baseball is back, and
Fine, I'll
tournaments
watch
still
that.
going on this weekend. So,
March Madness, right?
yep. And Tournament of Champions, Food Network. Check it
Food
out.
Network, watch it. Yeah,
Sponsor us.
man. And go out there and play you some Crimson Desert for those who can enjoy it. It seems to be a great game, and everyone seems to be having a real good time with it. So if you could play without it running like complete trash, I will live vicariously through you because I can't play it until 2028. Um, that being said, please like this content if you enjoyed our episode. Please subscribe to the channel so that you're made aware when new content goes live. And comment, am I completely left base with Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Is that one wrestling fan going to call me fat to make me go to the gym because I'm talking mess about wrestlers again? We'll see. Gotta love the comments. And with that, I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. He is your host, Wash. We are the masters of the Nerdiverse. And we would say MOTN out. Later, skaters. Take care. Have a good weekend, everybody.